Excited to get your LLC up and running in Kentucky? You've come to the right place. We're here to walk you through the 6 essential steps for setting up a Kentucky LLC. The best part, it will only take a matter of minutes. And we've got some offers to share with you that'll help make the process of setting up your LLC a lot easier, avoiding scams and risks along the way. All right, let's get the ball rolling. Step 1, choosing a name. The first step, choosing a name, is one of the most fun parts in our opinion, but it also ends up being the #1 cause of filing rejections, so pay attention. There are 3 basic rules to follow when choosing a name for your LLC in Kentucky. The name must contain or end with the words limited liability company or limited company, or the abbreviation LC, LLC with or without periods. The word limited may be abbreviated as LTD, and the word company may be abbreviated as Co. The name also must be distinguishable from the name of any other business entity in actual use or reserved for use unless the holder of the name has consented to its use. For further details on LLC naming guidelines, check out the Kentucky Revised Statuses or our Kentucky LLC Formation page. There are a few ways you can make sure your name will be unique and distinguishable from other names. You can check its availability by running a business entity name availability search on the Secretary of State website, in writing or also by phone with the Secretary of State. If you aren't quite ready to form a business entity but would like to reserve a business name, you can file an application for reservation or renewal of reserved name. This will reserve the name for up to 120 days. The filing fee for that is $15. You can send applications to this address. One pro tip, if you found a name, especially if you're reserving it, now is also a great time to reserve those social media handles, email addresses, and a domain, if you can find one at a low risk price. We have links below to search for low cost domains. It's a frustrating situation to want these items down the line and find out that they've been taken. Step 2, appointing a registered agent. Kentucky's law requires an LLC to appoint a registered agent to accept service of process. This simply means that the registered agent will receive legal notices and paperwork on the LLC's behalf. For this reason, the agent must have a Kentucky street address and be available during regular business hours, about 9 to 5. Whoever you appoint should understand that their availability is crucial, and you should trust them to communicate regularly with you. So, who can be a registered agent? This could be an officer, employee, or member of the LLC, or perhaps your attorney or a third-party service. You can also serve as the registered agent. However, there's one important thing to keep in mind. The name and address of the registered agent becomes public information accessible by anyone through your state's lookup portal. So, you need a registered agent, whether you do it yourself or you hire someone. And the good news is that some LLC services offer free registered agent services for a year when you form an LLC through them. The cost of registered agent services after the first year can range from about $10 a month to about $30 or more per month. We noticed that about 2/3 of our users elect a paid service to be the registered agent. If this is the route you're considering, know that we like to recommend Northwest Registered Agent Services. Your first year with them is free if you file your LLC with them, which is $29 plus the state fee. This is a no-brainer option, especially if you're unsure about filing things correctly yourself. We have known them for a long time. They're highly trustworthy. They have best-in-class customer support staff that are highly knowledgeable. You can't really compare what they offer to other large corporations that do similar things. If you want to learn more about what they offer and why we recommend them, like their data and security policies, their meal scanning services, etc., you can check out our review in the description. You can also check out our comparison videos where we stack them up against other service providers, as well as our reviews of other services if you'd like to understand what other companies offer. To sign up with Northwest, follow the link below. At TRUiC, our mission is to offer all our resources and information for free, but we support our work by using affiliate links, meaning we earn a commission on many of the deals we negotiate for you. Full transparency, Northwest is one such commission partner. We're happy to have them. Step 3, filing your LLC articles of organization. Now, let's dive into the essential details. It's time to submit your LLC Articles of Organization to the Kentucky Secretary of State. This is the document that officially establishes your LLC. It's an important step since you're actually creating a new legal entity here, so congrats. The Articles of Organization includes crucial details about the LLC. Article 1 is the LLC's proposed name. Article 2 is the name and street address of its registered agent. Article 3 is the LLC's mailing address. Article 4 requires you to state whether the LLC will be managed by members, that is, member managed, or by managers appointed by the members, which is manager managed. In a member managed arrangement, all members are usually entitled to take part in major decisions. Members may add other articles as they see fit. Additional articles must be numbered consecutively, beginning with Article 5. And finally, the organizers, the persons authorized to register the LLC, must sign the Articles of Organization. The registered agent must also sign to show consent to act in that capacity. You have 3 options for filing the Articles of Organization: filing in person, by mail, or filing online. To file in person or by mail, this requires downloading and completing the Articles of Organization form, which we'll have linked down below. The completed application can then be hand-delivered to this address. Mail-in submissions go here. The filing fee is $40 for both of those, payable by personal check, cashier's check, or money order to the Kentucky State Treasurer. If you choose to file by mail or in person, a copy of your filing must be delivered to the county clerk, where your LLC will have its principal place of business. Use the business entity search tool to bring up your filing and then print a copy. You can also file the Articles of Organization online by creating an account at the Kentucky Business One-Stop Portal. An alternative online way to file is through Kentucky's Fast Track system, which doesn't require you to create an account. The fee for online filings, both ways, is $40. Save a little bit. If your LLC was formed in another state but you'd like to do business in Kentucky, the LLC will have to be registered in Kentucky. Once again, you have options on how to do that. You can register your LLC in person, by mail, or online. If you're going to register in person or by mail, download and complete an application for a certificate of authority. You'll have to provide essentially the same information as if you were forming an LLC in Kentucky, plus the name and state where the LLC was initially registered. The addresses are the same as for filing the Articles of Organization. You can also register your foreign LLC online at the Fast Track system by selecting Form a New Business and selecting Out of State for business location. The filing fee is $90. Step 4, creating an LLC operating agreement. An operating agreement dictates how relations between members and between members in the LLC are to be handled. It will also include rules on operating and managing the LLC. Although Kentucky law does not require an LLC to have a written operating agreement, it's good practice to create one. It can be as simple as filling out a template for most small businesses. Here are 3 good reasons to have an operating agreement. First, creating a written agreement encourages members to carefully consider different scenarios and incorporate terms to address them. It's better to establish these rules in advance rather than have to make them up on the fly when there's already a problem. Second, as a legally binding contract among its members, it is crucial to document all essential terms in writing, like what somebody's role is. This practice allows members to easily refer to the document to clarify their understanding and understand how to address various issues. A written operating agreement can help prevent disputes and foster positive relationships among members. And third, if the LLC applies for a loan or business credit, the lender will ask for a copy of the operating agreement because usually it's the only document showing who the members are and how much of the LLC they own. Of course, that's only possible if there's a written operating agreement. To make things easier for you, we've provided a free template on our Kentucky LLC operating agreement page, and it's also linked in the description. We've also included a free business plan generator in there too, in case you want one. Step 5, obtaining an LLC EIN, or Employer Identification Number. The next step is getting an EIN, Employer Identification Number, which is a federal tax number issued by the IRS. An EIN is required for an LLC with more than one member and any LLC that will have employees. And having an EIN will be required by all banks when you open an account, which you should do right away. Getting an EIN is easy and completely free of charge. Just fill out the online form on the IRS website. Big note here, before we move on, as we know, Google gives lots of sponsored and confusing results. Even though EINs are a federal process, the Google results for file an EIN online are flooded with spam and scam sites, and often their URLs look legit. If you only click on one link in the description today, make it the file an EIN link. It goes straight to the federal site and just bookmark it. Please be wary of where you put your sensitive information. You can also find all official state and federal links on the guides on our site, and also we did put them in the description. So it's a one-stop shop. Step 6, filing a beneficial ownership information report. The BOI Report is a new reporting requirement under the Corporate Transparency Act that took effect in 2024. Certain business entities are now required to disclose their owners' names and addresses to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN. The purpose of this is to clamp down on the use of legal business structures like the LLC for money laundering and other illegal activities. The penalties for failure to file the report or including inaccurate information in the report are steep. There is a fine of $591 a day for overdue reports and imprisonment for up to 2 years for deliberately filing false information. We have a guide for filling it out. It's super simple and there's no filing fee. If you have an operating agreement, then you already have a lot of the info just ready to go. Post-formation steps. After you've successfully formed your Kentucky LLC, there are a few important things to keep in mind. You'll have to file an annual report with the Kentucky Secretary of State between January 1st and June 30th of the year following the calendar year in which the corporation was formed. Keep your business assets and transactions separate from your personal ones to maintain the limited liability protection that is provided by your LLC. If you mix personal and business transactions, which is known as commingling, you run the risk of creditors being able to do what's called pierce the corporate veil and go after your personal assets to satisfy business debts. This means, among other things, having a separate business checking account and a separate business credit card. Also, start building business credit. You can find our preferred resources and cards to do this by following the guide below. And don't forget about protecting your business with insurance from the many risks it's likely to face. Having business insurance coverage is important and is very often required by law, like in the case of workers' compensation. Your type of business may also have stipulated necessary insurance. Before we go, remember, a trusted professional service like Northwest can simplify a lot of these processes and payments, saving time and effort so you can focus on running your business. And for $29, it really makes sense to let them do the lifting. Remember, they'll provide agent services for free for 1 year too, and they've got that customer service line that you can call at any time to ask any of those fiddly little questions that you're just not sure how to Google. And that's it. You now know what it takes to form an LLC in the state of Kentucky. We hope you found this video really useful. If you want more information on forming an LLC, check out all of our resources in the description below. You'll find lots of guides and advice that will help you kickstart your business journey in Kentucky. And if you still have questions about LLCs or anything else business related, hit us up, leave us a comment. Oh, and before we go, if you join our brand new YouTube membership tier, you get priority replies in the comments. We will just be at your beck and call. Okay, see you later, next time.